Easy steps for corridor mate. Have you ever wondered how to trap your opponent's king in a straight line and secure a checkmate? Today, we will break down the easy steps to achieve a corridor mate. This checkmate pattern is a fantastic tool for beginners to learn. So, let's dive right into it. A corridor mate occurs when the enemy king is stuck along a rank, file, or diagonal and cannot escape from check. The king is often blocked by its own pieces or the edge of the board. The attacking piece controls the entire line, leaving the king with no options to move, capture, or block. There are three main types of corridor mates. The first is the rank corridor mate, where the king is trapped on a horizontal row and mated by a rook or queen. The second is the file corridor mate, where the king is trapped on a vertical column and mated by a rook or queen. Lastly, we have the diagonal corridor mate, where the king is trapped on a diagonal and mated by a bishop or queen. Now, let's go through the easy steps to achieve a corridor mate. First, identify the position of the enemy king. Look for it on a rank, file, or diagonal with limited or no escape squares. Next, check for blocked squares. Ensure that the king's own pieces or pawns, or even the edge of the board, block its escape routes. The third step is to control the corridor. Use your rook, queen, or bishop to dominate the entire line where the king is trapped. Finally, deliver checkmate by moving your piece to give check along the corridor. If the king cannot move, capture, or block, it is checkmate. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine the black king is on c8 with its own pawns on b7 and d7, and the white queen is on c1. The king is trapped on the c-file. If the white queen moves to c4, giving check, the king cannot escape, so it is checkmate on the file corridor. Another example is when the black king is on h8 with its own pawn on g7 and a white rook on h1. The king is trapped on the h-file. If the rook moves to h8, it is checkmate on the file corridor. Here are some key tips to remember. Watch for back rank mates, which are a common type of corridor mate where the king is trapped on the back rank by its own pawns and mated by a rook or queen. Use all your pieces, as sometimes a bishop or queen is needed to control a diagonal corridor. Lastly, practice recognizing these patterns. Look for positions where the king is stuck in a straight line with no escape. Learning corridor mates is a great way to spot quick wins and avoid falling into traps. This pattern is easy to practice and can be used in many real games, especially when the opponent's king is poorly protected. By following these steps, you can confidently set up and execute a corridor mate in your own games. Happy playing!